This was once a happy room. It was full of laughter, tiny footsteps, and bedtime stories. But now it's just quiet. So quiet that you can hear the sound of the rain outside. Her face looks tired, her eyes red from crying. Every night, she comes here. Every night, she reads the same story to no one. Evelyn whispering, voice shaking, and the little stars shine brighter than all the others in the sky. She smiles sadly, brushing her fingers over the empty blanket. Her name is Evelyn, and she's reading to her son, Noah, but Noah is gone. Evelyn closes the book gently, holding it close to her heart. Evelyn softly, good night, my little star. Mommy loves you. Then something strange happens. The sound changes. The static rises and forms something like a whisper. Tiny voice faint, almost impossible to hear. Mommy, but Evelyn doesn't hear it. She's already walking out of the room, gently closing the door behind her. She doesn't know that tonight, her little star is about to whisper back. The door clicks shut. The monitor crackles again, louder this time. A child's giggle echoes faintly, mixing with the sound of rain. Every morning, Evelyn wakes up early. She cooks breakfast for two, one for herself, and one for her little boy, who isn't there anymore. She pours cereal into two bowls, adds milk to both. One bowl sits across from her, untouched. She's softly, smiling sadly. Eat up, Noah. You don't want your cereal to get soggy, do you? It's been 1 year, but Evelyn still lives like Noah never left. His room stays the same. His toys stay in place. Even his clothes still wait for him. Evelyn in Noah's bedroom, carefully dusting the shelves. She opens a closet, small shirts and tiny shoes neatly arranged. You'll wear this one when the weather gets cold, okay? She presses a small blue sweater to her chest, tears filling her eyes. The lullaby plays faintly again, Noah's favorite song. It seems to echo from somewhere else in the house. Evelyn pauses, looks around. The music fades. Silence. Outside, Evelyn's front porch. A neighbor, Mrs. Carter, stands holding a small pie. Her face is kind but worried. Mrs. Carter gently. Evelyn, honey, you have to let go. Noah wouldn't want you to live like this. Evelyn smiling faintly, but her eyes sharp. Let go? He's just sleeping. That's all. Mommies don't stop loving their children when they sleep. Mrs. Carter's smile fades. She quietly leaves the pie on the table and walks away. The sound of the door closing feels heavy. People talk. They say Evelyn has lost her mind, but in her heart, she still feels Noah close. Sometimes when the house is quiet, she swears she can hear him breathing. Evelyn sits stiffly, hands folded on her lap, a box of tissues nearby. Therapist's calm voice. Evelyn, grief can feel like a wave that never ends. But keeping his room, setting the table for him, it's not helping you heal. Evelyn softly but firm. You don't understand. He still needs me. If I stop reading to him, he'll be lonely. The therapist sighs quietly. Evelyn's eyes flicker with something. Pain or fear. She didn't want to move on, because moving on felt like losing him twice. Evelyn walks into the living room, holding a small brown box the postman just delivered. She sets the box on the table, her hands trembling. On the box, the label reads, Noah's belongings. It came from the old storage unit. Everything she couldn't face a year ago. Evelyn opens it slowly. Inside, small shoes, a crayon drawing, a toy car, and finally, a faded storybook. She lifts it gently. The title reads, The Little Star Who Never Slept. Evelyn smiling through tears. Your favorite one. You used to beg me to read it every night. She flips through the pages. One is torn slightly. She touches it with care, her fingers trembling. A faint child's laugh, soft, distant, almost like an echo from another world. Evelyn freezes, looks up. The baby monitor in the corner flickers again, that same green light. The static hums quietly. Something changed that night. It was as if the book remembered her voice, as if the story still lived between them, across worlds. The storybook. The pages turn on their own, stopping on a drawing of a bright little star smiling down at a lonely child. Evelyn whispers, "Good night, my little star." The baby monitor crackles. A whisper answers. Tiny voice faint, almost hidden. "Mommy, read again." Evelyn's eyes widen. Her lips tremble. The lullaby starts to play again, but slower, haunting, as if someone or something is humming it from another room. For the first time in a year, Evelyn wasn't alone in that house. The baby monitor's light flickers faster, like a heartbeat. The sound of tiny footsteps echoes faintly in the hall. It was late that night. Evelyn couldn't sleep. The rain was soft, but her heart was loud. Every beat said the same thing. Read to him. She sits by the bed again, holding the old storybook. The little star who never slept. The candlelight dances on her face. Her eyes shine with tears. Evelyn whispering, "All right, my little star, just one more story. Only one more." She opens the book. Her fingers tremble as she begins to read. Evelyn reading softly. Once upon a time, in the dark sky, there was a little star who never wanted to sleep. Every night, he watched over the world, keeping it safe. A faint hum begins. Soft, distant, like a child humming along to the story. Evelyn pauses, frowning slightly. She looks toward the monitor and said, "Noah?" Silence. Only the rain. She told herself it was her mind playing tricks, that she was just tired. But deep down, her heart wanted to believe. She takes a deep breath and keeps reading. And when the other stars went to sleep, the little star whispered to the world, "Don't be afraid of the dark. I'm still here." As she reads, the hum joins again, this time clearer. It's gentle, childlike. The same tune as Noah's favorite lullaby. The lullaby grows stronger through the monitor, but something feels off. The pitch bends just a little, like two voices humming together. One sweet and soft, the other slightly deeper, slower. Evelyn's breathing quickens. She looks toward the monitor, her eyes wide. The candle flickers wildly, the flame stretching as if reaching toward the sound. Evelyn whispers, "Noah, is that you?" The room falls silent again. The flame steadies. The monitor hums quietly, static returning. She wanted to stop, but something inside her begged her to keep reading. Her hand trembles as she flips another page. The words seem faded, but she continues. Evelyn, voice cracking. And the little star shone brighter and brighter, until his light reached his mommy, even when she couldn't see him anymore. Her voice breaks. Tears fall onto the page. The monitor flickers once more, a soft whisper leaks through. Tiny voice, gentle, faint. "Mommy, don't cry." Evelyn gasps, covers her mouth, tears streaming. The voice fades with the static, leaving only silence and the slow ticking of the clock. The lullaby starts again, but this time, it's coming from the monitor, not the room. It's warped now, slower, echoing, like someone is playing from very far away. Evelyn leans closer, her face pale, whispering through trembling lips. "Noah, can you hear Mommy?" Static hisses. The candle suddenly flickers out. Darkness swallows the room, leaving only the dim green glow of the monitor. And in that darkness, Evelyn felt something watching her, listening. A single page of the storybook turns on its own. The soft sound of paper fills the silence. Evelyn is barely breathing. Well, what's happening? She reaches for the candle, but before she can relight it, a faint whisper rises from the monitor again. This time lower, slower, almost not a child's voice anymore. Voice distorted, whispering. "Mommy, read again." Evelyn freezes, eyes wide with confusion and fear. The lullaby continues, broken and twisted. The melody now sounds like it's struggling to stay human. Her heart told her it was Noah. Her mind told her it wasn't. But her love made her stay. Evelyn sitting alone in the dark, clutching the storybook, the monitor flickering beside her like a dying star. The next night, she came back. She told herself it was just her heart playing tricks. But deep inside, she wanted to hear it again, just once more. Evelyn brushes the dust off the book, her hands trembling. The baby monitor glows faintly beside the bed. The green light steady, quiet. Evelyn softly, "Good night, my little star. Let's read your favorite story again, okay?" She opens a storybook. Her voice wavers, tender and shaky. Once upon a time, a little star watched over his mommy every night, even when she couldn't see him shining in the sky. Her voice breaks. She wipes a tear and keeps reading. The monitor, static hums softly, like a sleeping breath. Each word felt like a prayer. Each tear, like a bridge between her heart and his. The sound shifts, faint static, crackling quietly, then silence. Evelyn pauses, looking up. Her hand freezes mid-page. A tiny voice, faint, hidden inside the static. Tiny voice, soft, almost like a sigh. "Mommy?" The word echoes for a second, carried through the monitor like a fragile dream. Evelyn whispering, shaking. "Noah?" Her lips tremble. She leans closer, staring at the glowing light. The room is still, only the soft hum of rain outside. Her heart stopped for a moment. It was his voice. The same little voice that used to call for her at night. Sweet, sleepy, real. Tears rolled down her cheeks. The candle flickers. The silence feels alive. Evelyn whispering, "Baby, if that's you, please say something." Static builds slowly, soft at first, then louder. The camera closes in on the monitor. The green light flickers like a heartbeat. Then, a faint giggle. Small, pure, the kind of laugh only a 6-year-old could make. Evelyn gasps, her hand covering her mouth. Tears fall faster now. She starts to smile through the pain, that fragile, trembling smile of someone who dares to hope again. Evelyn softly, "Noah, it's really you." She touches a monitor gently, as if afraid the sound will fade. She didn't care if it made sense. Didn't care if it was real. All she knew was that her little boy had just called her mommy. The lullaby begins again, this time softly, perfectly clear, playing to the monitor, just as Noah used to hum it before bed. Evelyn closes her eyes, listening, tears streaming down her face. Evelyn whispering shakily, "If you can hear me, baby, Mommy's here." Her words echo softly. The green light on the monitor brightens, almost glowing now. Then, for the first time, we hear two heartbeats overlapping, Evelyn's and another, fainter one. In that moment, she believed, and belief was the door she should never have opened. After that night, Evelyn couldn't stop thinking about the voice. She told herself it was real. She needed proof. So, she started recording. Every night, Evelyn sets her phone down beside the monitor. The candle flickers. She opens a little star who never slept. "All right, my little star, let's read again." Her voice shakes as she begins to read. The soft lullaby starts faintly in the distance, almost like it's waiting for her. Evelyn reading. "And the little star whispered to his mommy, 'I'm still here, even when you can't see me.'" The monitor crackles. Soft static, then a whisper. Tiny voice clearer now. "Read it again." Evelyn gasps. Tears fill her eyes. She looks at the monitor, hand over her mouth, shaking, whispering, "Noah, you want mommy to read it again?" Static hums. Then the same voice repeats, slower this time, perfectly clear, almost too clear. Voice sweet, childlike. "Read it again." Evelyn presses her phone closer to record. Her face is wet with tears. She begins to smile, fragile, desperate. Evelyn whispering, hopeful, "Okay, baby, I'll read it again." She reads the same lines once more. The monitor glows softly. The voice hums along, the same lullaby Noah used to sing, but beneath it to faint echo. A second tone, lower, deeper, hiding behind the child voice. Layered distortion, two voices overlapping. The childlike tone and something darker beneath it. The more she read, the clearer he became. But the clearer he became, the stranger it all felt. Therapist's office, daylight. Evelyn sits forward, phone in her hand, excitement and tears in her eyes. "Urgent. hopeful. Listen, please, just listen. It's him. I know it's him. She presses play. The faint voice of "read it again" fills the room. Therapist, calm, gentle. Evelyn, what you're hearing isn't real. It's your grief, your mind trying to comfort you. Evelyn, sharply, no, it's not my mind. He's talking to me. Her voice cracks. She grips the phone tightly. The therapist leans forward, pity in her eyes. I know you miss him. But sometimes love makes us hear what we wish was still there. Evelyn's face hardens. She looks away. The warmth fades from her eyes, replaced with anger and pain. She stopped going to therapy after that. She said they didn't understand. Because how could they? How could anyone understand hearing your child call you from the dark? Rain outside again. The lights are off except for the faint glow from Noah's room. Evelyn sits cross-legged on the floor, her phone beside the monitor, recording again. The monitor hums softly, then a familiar whisper. Voice clear, soft. Mommy. Evelyn smiles weakly, eyes red. Yes, baby. Mommy's here. She opens the book again. Her voice trembles with both love and fear. Evelyn reading softly. And when the little star closed his eyes, he promised he would watch over his mommy forever. The monitor crackles, then the voice repeats. Voice slightly distorted now. Forever. Evelyn stops. The words sound stretched, the tone a little too deep, the echo too long. Evelyn whispering nervously. Noah? No answer. The static grows louder, pulsing like a heartbeat. Evelyn looks around the room. Her breathing quickens. A faint creak. Footsteps down the hallway. Soft. Light. Like a small child walking. Evelyn turns slowly toward the door. The hallway is dark, empty, and then she saw it. A faint shadow moves across the hallway wall. Small, child-sized. The outline of a little boy. The candle beside Evelyn flickers, bending toward the door as if pulled by something unseen. Evelyn barely breathing. Noah? The shadow stops, then disappears. Silence. The monitor static fades into the lullaby again, but now the notes are wrong. Slower. The melody bends. Evelyn turns back toward the monitor. The green light blinks rapidly, like a heartbeat gone wild. Voice sweet but distorted. Mommy read again. Evelyn's tears fall as she nods, almost whispering to herself. Trembling. Okay, baby. Mommy will read again. Love made her believe. Grief made her stay. And something in the dark was listening. It's 2:37 a.m. The same time Noah died. The quiet house. The ticking clock suddenly stops. The lights flicker once. Then again. Then stay dim. Evelyn wakes up, breathing fast. She sits up in bed, whispering. Noah? The baby monitor crackles softly. A faint childlike voice hums Noah's lullaby, just one broken line. Evelyn's hand trembles as she holds the monitor closer to her ear. Tears roll down her face. Soft daylight slips into Noah's room. Evelyn gasps. His toy cars are neatly lined across the floor, forming a perfect circle around the rocking chair. She kneels down, touching them. They're cold, dustless. She whispers through her tears. You remember how we used to play? Then, a ball slowly rolls from under bed and bumps her knee. She jumps back. Silence. The shadow under bed. It looks like tiny feet standing there for just one frame. Then gone. That night, Evelyn sits again by the bed, clutching the little star who never slept. The candlelight flickers wildly. She opens a book, but before she reads a word, the pages begin turning on their own. She gasps. The pages stop on a drawing of a small star crying, saying, You promised you'd never leave me. The wind grows louder. Her tears fall onto the page, and the ink starts to bleed, forming a faint face in the wet paper. Evelyn, trembling, plays back the night's recording. It's mostly static, but beneath it, a whispered voice backward and strange. She reverses the playback on her phone. The message becomes clear. You promised you'd never leave me. Her breath breaks. She clutches the monitor to her chest, crying, I'm here, baby. I'm still here. The shadows in the hallway twist faintly, forming the outline of a small child standing by the door. Then, the rocking chair begins to move on its own. Morning light filters weakly through dusty curtains. Evelyn sits alone at her kitchen table, eyes red, voice hoarse from crying all night. A knock on the door. It's Mrs. Dyer, her elderly neighbor. She looks at Evelyn with deep concern. Mrs. Dyer, Evelyn, I've heard what's been happening. The voices, the lights. Maybe you should talk to someone who understands these things. Evelyn, a therapist? I tried that. Mrs. Dyer shakes her head. No, dear. A medium. Someone who can speak to those beyond the veil. Evelyn hesitates. Then her eyes flick toward Noah's room, where the baby monitor softly crackles. A faint whisper, Mommy? Tears fill her eyes. Evelyn, if there's a chance to help him, I'll do it. Night falls. The storm outside grows wild. Thunder rolls. Lightning flashes through the curtains. Evelyn lights candles around the table. The medium, a calm woman in her 40s named Clara, enters, holding prayer beads and a small brass bell. Clara, this house is full of echoes, Evelyn. Your son's love still lingers, but something else has joined it. Evelyn, he's still here. I hear him. I feel him. Clara, sometimes love can become a chain. Let's help him rest. Clara closes her eyes and begins the seance. The baby monitor crackles to life. A childlike giggle. Then a low hum beneath it, deep and unnatural. The candles flicker violently. Clara's voice trembles. Clara, there's a child here, yes, but there's something else holding him. The baby monitor lets out a shriek of static, sharp enough to make both women cover their ears. A child's voice breaks through. Voice through monitor, Mommy, don't let her take me. Evelyn gasps. Evelyn, you see? That's him. That's my baby. Clara, Evelyn, listen to me. This isn't your son anymore. This thing. Suddenly the candles blow out. Darkness. A shadow darts across the wall. Small, childlike, but twisted at the edges, wrong in shape. The monitor glows faintly red. The lights flicker back on. Evelyn is trembling, clutching the baby monitor to her chest. Evelyn, how dare you say that about him? You're lying. He's real. He's here. Clara. Evelyn, it's feeding on your pain. You have to let go. Evelyn, get out. Clara slowly stands, voice soft but terrified. If you keep answering him, soon you won't be talking to your son at all. She leaves. The door closes. Evelyn turns back toward Noah's room. The baby monitor hums, soft and sweet. Voice through monitor, almost loving, thank you, Mommy. Her tears stop. A weak smile crosses her face. Evelyn, anything for you, my little star. In the hallway mirror, a dark figure with glowing eyes watches her. Days have passed since the seance. Evelyn hasn't slept. She moves through the house like a ghost herself. In her trembling hands, the storybook, the little star who never slept. She whispers to herself, if I can't see you, maybe I can reflect you. She goes through the attic, the basement, collecting every mirror she owns. Bathroom mirrors, hand mirrors, shards of broken glass. She arranges them in Noah's room, one by one, until her own reflection surrounds her. She sits in a rocking chair, book in hand. Evelyn, if you're here, baby, show Mommy. She begins reading the story again. Softly, lovingly, the baby monitor hums. Then silence. A faint movement flickers across one of the mirrors. At first, it's just a reflection shifting. Then, beside her, a small outline appears, like fog in the shape of a child. Evelyn's breath catches. Her voice trembles. Evelyn, Noah? In the mirror, the child slowly lifts a hand. She does the same, but his movement is late by a second. She frowns. She moves her hand again. The reflection moves backwards. The air grows colder. The candle flame bends sideways, as if something passed by. The baby monitor crackles violently. A scratching sound, like nails dragging across metal. Then, a voice. Not a whisper this time. A child's voice, soft but scolding. "You read wrong, Mommy." Evelyn freezes. Voice distorted, sharper. "You forgot the last page." Evelyn's eyes widen. She flips through the little star who never slept. The final page, but behind it, she finds a new page, torn from a different paper, written in red crayon, Noah's handwriting. Evelyn reads aloud, voice breaking. "If you love me, let me in." Her hands tremble. The candlelight flickers wildly. Shadows dance across the mirrors. In one reflection, the child's outline steps closer. The mirrors begin to ripple, glass vibrating softly. Evelyn drops the book, backing toward the bed. Evelyn whispers, "Noah, baby, you can come to Mommy." The baby monitor emits a high-pitched whine. The reflection child tilts its head slowly, movement still wrong. Then it smiles. All the mirrors shatter at once. The room goes dark. Only the baby monitor glows red in the silence. Then, a tiny handprint appears on the inside of the monitor screen. Evelyn gasps, frozen between love and fear. Evelyn's face is pale, sleepless, but calm, almost peaceful. She whispers softly while lighting each candle. "Mommy's here. Mommy's ready." Her hands tremble slightly, but her eyes are steady. She opens Noah's closet door, the one he used to call the magic doorway. Inside, it's dark, empty, but a faint cold breath drifts out, like air from a deep tunnel. She places a storybook at the center of the floor and kneels before it. The book opens by itself, right to the last page. "If you love me, let me in." Evelyn swallows hard, tears filling her eyes. Evelyn whispers, "I love you, baby, more than anything." She begins to read the story one last time. Her voice is gentle, full of aching love. As she speaks, the candles flicker violently. One by one, the flames bend toward the open closet. She reaches the end of the story, voice breaking into sobs. And the little star whispered, "I'll never leave you again." Then she closes her eyes and whispers the final line in the crayon handwriting. "If you love me, let me in." The baby monitor suddenly screams, a sharp metallic shriek like tearing metal. Every light in the house flickers and then cuts off. Darkness. Only the red light of the monitor remains, pulsing softly. Evelyn gasps for breath, frozen. The air hums, heavy and deep. A faint whisper comes from the closet, not through the monitor this time, but from the darkness itself. Voice soft, childlike, "I missed you, Mommy." Evelyn turns slowly toward the sound. The outline of a small shadow stands inside the closet, backlit by candlelight. Her tears fall freely. She crawls toward it on shaking hands, whispering, "Noah, baby, come to Mommy." The shadow steps out. Small feet, small hands. The sound of faint breathing. Her voice breaks with relief and guilt all at once. "I knew you'd come back." She opens her arms wide. Sobbing, the candles flicker wildly. But the shadow stops just in front of her, doesn't move closer. It tilts its head, studying her. No sound, no warmth. Evelyn, through tears, "Come here, sweetheart." Silence, then a faint whisper. Voice flat, "Wrong, Mommy forgot my face." Evelyn finally sees the boy clearly. His shape is right, the height, the build, but his face is hollow. A deep, black void where eyes and mouth should be. The shadows around him twist like smoke, coiling up the walls. The red light of the baby monitor glows brighter, pulsing in rhythm with her heartbeat. Evelyn whispers, voice trembling, "Noah?" The figure tilts its head again. Then, slowly, it begins to smile, though it has no mouth. Just a faint stretch of darkness curling upward. The baby monitor hisses violently. Static layered with faint whispers of 100 voices overlapping. "Let me in! Let me in! Let me in!" Evelyn screams, crawling backward. But the figure steps forward now, its feet not touching the ground. The candles go out one by one. The monitor's red light flickers 3 times, and everywhere in darkness. It's just before dawn. Rain beats hard against the windows. Evelyn wakes up on the floor of Noah's room, surrounded by melted candles. Her hair sticks to her face, her breath short and shaky. The storybook lies open beside her, the words now smeared as if bleeding into the pages. She looks around. The wallpaper moves, slowly expanding and contracting, as though the house itself is taking breaths. A faint dripping sound echoes through the hall. She follows it, barefoot, trembling. As she walks, the walls seem to pulse faintly, shadows rippling underneath like something crawling just behind the surface. Then, a whisper from the baby monitor. Voice childlike, "Mommy?" Evelyn turns toward the sound, tears welling up again. Evelyn whispering, "Noah? Is that you, baby?" But the monitor's light flickers red, and another voice layers on the child's. Deeper, older, wrong. "Still here, Mommy." The sound stretches and bends, the tone switching back and forth between Noah's sweet voice and something inhuman. Evelyn steps into the living room. Noah's toys are scattered everywhere, blocks, dolls, toy cars. But they aren't right anymore. The dolls' faces are warped, eyes gone, mouths drawn too wide. The toy cars twitch slightly, rolling in slow, jerky movements. One of Noah's drawings on a wall, once colorful and bright, is now stained dark, the smiling sun turned into a black circle dripping down the paper. Evelyn drops to her knees, shaking. Evelyn, sobbing, "Noah, what's happening?" A faint laugh echoes through the baby monitor. Soft at first, then distorted. The voice deepens, vibrating through the floorboards. Voice mocking, twisted, "You wanted your son." The walls groan. The furniture creaks and shifts. Her reflection in the window blinks a second too late. Evelyn stumbles back into Noah's room, clutching the monitor to her chest. The room now looks like a decayed version of itself. His bed soaked, toys melted, the ceiling sagging like stretched skin. She drops the monitor onto the bed and screams, "What are you?" "Where's my son?" The monitor hums, then answers. The voice is both Noah and not Noah, two tones overlapping. Voice calm, chilling, "You wanted your son. Now you'll never lose him." The lights flicker. The floor ripples beneath her like a heartbeat. Black water begins seeping from the walls, spreading toward her feet. Evelyn sobs, shaking her head. "Please, I just wanted him back." Voice whispering, "And now you have him. Forever." The baby monitor begins to vibrate violently, static growing louder, turning into a deep, roaring pulse. The static explodes, filling the room like thunder. Evelyn clutches her ears, screaming. The air turns freezing cold. Then, a black tendril, like smoke made solid, bursts from the monitor and wraps around her wrist. She tries to pull away. Another tendril grabs her other arm. She screams, trying to crawl backwards, but the floor seems to soften, sucking her down like wet clay. Evelyn, screaming, "Noah, let Mommy go." Voice echoing, shifting, "Mommy, stay." The monitor's light glows white-hot, static roaring until it fills every sound. Her body jerks as she's dragged toward the monitor, her fingernails scratching the floor, leaving trails of blood. Eyes wide, tears mixing with dirt and fear. Then the screen bursts into white noise. Silence. Darkness everywhere. Only the faint sound of a child's giggle remains, soft, sweet, and wrong. Neighbors, Mrs. Green and Mr. Hayes, stand outside the house. Mrs. Green, nervous whisper, "You hear that?" She's still playing a song. Mr. Hayes, didn't they say she left town?" They edge closer, peeking through the half-open curtain. Dust dances in the stale sunlight. The faint sound of Evelyn's voice reading the little star who never slept filters out. Police arrive after neighbors report music and movement. They step into the decaying house. Every photo frame has glass cracked, yet one wall is freshly scrubbed. Noah's drawings have been redrawn brighter, newer. A body cam flickers. Static interference grows stronger near Noah's room. One officer mutters, "Smells sweet, like baby powder." The other replies, "But there's no power here, no electricity." As they move closer, the baby monitor hums faintly, that same signal Evelyn once used to reach Noah. The hum grows rhythmic, like a heartbeat. The door opens slowly. Inside, Everything is perfectly clean, unlike the rest of the house. The air looks different, hazy, shimmering like heat. Evelyn sits in the rocking chair. Her hair is disheveled, skin pale, dark circles under her eyes. She's holding a little star who never slept open to the last crayon-written page. Her lips move slowly, reciting the lines. And the little stars shine forever because Mommy never stopped watching. Behind her, in the reflection of a cracked mirror, a small shadow sways back and forth, like a child sitting on her lap, though her lap is empty. The rocking chair creaks in sync with the lullaby, slow, mechanical, eternal. One officer steps closer. "Ma'am?" "Evelyn." No response. Her eyes are open, glassy, lifeless. Her lips still move, whispering the story's final line over and over. Suddenly, a small handprint appears on her shoulder. It presses down slightly, indentation visible. The monitor lights up, screen glowing softly. Static forms the outline of a small boy holding a book. The lullaby distorts into reverse whispers. When played backward, it repeats, "You promised you'd never leave me." Police flee in panic. Evelyn's rocking chair now empty, still swaying. On the floor lies a little star who never slept, open to a newly written line in childlike crayon. The story never ends. If the story never ends, who's reading it now? Evelyn's house, now sealed with yellow tape. Soft daylight filters through broken blinds. Dust drifts in the air. The once lively home is now dead silent. The officers move toward Noah's room. Everything inside looks almost untouched, except for a layer of dust covering everything except one thing, the baby monitor. The monitor's red light still blinks faintly. Officer McKell tilts his head, confused. "Officer McKell, it's still on." "Partner, that's impossible. There's no power." He presses play on the small recording device connected to it. Static hums, then slowly, a child's voice cuts through. Voice soft, innocent, "Read it again, Mommy." The officer freezes. They bring the recording to the lab, connecting it to a computer. Audio software displays a waveform, distorted, chaotic. They play it again. Under the surface static, a faint voice whispers something. One officer mutters, "Wait, there's something underneath. Reverse it." They reverse the audio. The room falls silent. The reversed voice, now clear, says, "Now it's your turn to listen." As the recording ends, the monitor in the evidence box flickers by itself. The waveform on the computer continues to move, even though the playback has stopped. A faint lullaby starts playing again, the same little star song. In rhythm with the lullaby, then a child's voice, Noah's, whispers directly into the mic. So close it distorts. "Good night, officer." The monitor light surges bright white, and the entire screen cuts to static. Inside the house, everything is frozen in time. The cereal bowls from the first act still sit on the table, one full, one untouched. The clock on the wall reads 2:37 a.m. The moment time stopped forever. On the wall hangs a drawing Noah once made, a stick figure mother holding a star. But now, the crayon lines have changed. The mother and star are merged into one shape. Evelyn sits in the rocking chair, her hair pale and dry, eyes open but empty. Her body rocks gently, as though in rhythm to a heartbeat that isn't hers. The baby monitor hums faintly beside her. Its light blinks slowly, one pulse like breathing. Next to her on the bed is the little star who never slept. The last page is open. The crayon words now glow faintly in the light. "If you love me, stay with me forever." A small handprint rests on her shoulder. Faint, translucent, yet clearly there. Her lips tremble. She whispers softly, in a voice that sounds both loving and lost. "I told you, Mommy's here." The baby monitor clicks once, and a child's voice answers gently. "I know." The walls are faintly breathing, pulsing like a heartbeat. But this time, it's slow and peaceful, almost like the house itself has fallen asleep. On the dresser are family photos, Evelyn and Noah smiling. But as the camera zooms in, the faces in the pictures have changed. Now they both look wrong. Their smiles are identical, too wide, too still. Their eyes are completely black. A mother's love never dies. It just forgets to let go. Now we'll never be apart. Good night, my little star. Evelyn's desperate love was granted, but at the cost of her soul. She did get her son back, yet neither of them truly exist anymore. They become part of the story, trapped in a bedtime tale that never ends. Some stories should never be read again. If this story broke your heart, wait until you hear what happens when love refuses to stay buried. Because next time, the dead won't just whisper, they'll answer. Subscribe for more haunting stories like this one. Turn on the bell. You don't want to miss what comes next.